So I'm recording session. So today we'll go for DMEe. Okay, so no need to write, sir. Please check the screen. So before DMEe, we have to create some configuration. It's called prerequisition of EBS. So DME called data medium exchange engine. Data medium exchange engine between the payment process. I will give you one simple example about DME, but before DME, you have to create bank configurations. Okay, the procedure is different. For example, the person is a vendor. The person is customer. These two parties doing a payment transaction. Okay, so Ravi Verma is customer. Customer have to pay against of vendor. So here we are paying through bank account. Means RV will pay to bank and bank will release the payment to Sree Krishna. This is the transaction mode. So the RV posted one payment document, payment voucher in SAP. So this is only record into the system. There is no reflection at bank, and banker is not going to release any payment voucher against of Sree Krishna. Simple thing. In my SAP system, just I'm paying a payment voucher. I'm posting one payment voucher. How that payment will go? Then immediately after payment, I have to open my net banking. Otherwise, any UPI payments. Otherwise, I have to write here check and deposit posted into the bank. So you can do anything like manual and practical, like automatic, both are same. So here we are doing UPI payments and previous will pay as a net banking payment. Just go to previous, we will write one check and we'll drop at bank. That totally is called manual work only. When you do manual, the request will go to the bank from you. Means you are requesting to bank, please do 50,000 payment against of Sree Krishna from my account. Okay, the debit should be in your account and credit will be of your vendor account. Debit and credit will reflect into two different accounts. So whenever you are sending a request, the request preparation is called data medium exchange. Right now, I'm having UPI payment, different kind of payment methods are there. For example, for easy understanding purpose, I'm taking PhonePe. In PhonePe, I'm having Ramu contact number. The contact number is integrated with bank account, his bank account. So maybe he's having SBI bank, then I'm using HDFC bank. It's not matter. All banks are working under RBI. So my contact number is connected with my account and his contact number is connected with his account. Means simply everyone. So whatever I'm doing payment voucher by using phone number, the phone number and account number both are same here because we have one identification key. So the number is connected with identification key and integrated with the bank account. For example, Ramu is one of the PhonePe user. I am also one of the PhonePe user and both have access. Okay, from my phone, I'm selecting Ramu account. Ramu is vendor and myself is customer. If I do 10,000 rupees payment, the payment request will go to the PhonePe company. So they will release the process. Then the bank will deduct from my account and the bank will activate and add into the Ramu account. So whenever we are doing between the two parties, the medium is nothing but mediator. Okay, the mediator is called data medium exchange. Even if you go to SAP in reality, we'll do all kind of payment vouchers in F110 or F-58, whatever. For example, I'm having 10 vendors. Each vendor having the monthly approximately 200 entries, 250 entries, 500 entries. The totally I'm having around 11,000 purchasing document against of these 10 vendors. Because the 10 members are my regular vendors. Whenever I need, I will purchase different kind of material, and monthly once I pay off everyone. Whenever you comes to business cycle, we will purchase the material in credit. We'll do business with our customers. We'll get revenue from our customers. We'll maintain our expenditure and our profits. Remaining balance will pay back to the vendors. This is business cycle. So now I have to pay 11,000 payments on this month, for example. So simply I'm going to use automatic payment document procedure F110. Here I will select my 10 members vendors. Automatically we get 11,000 documents. Then I make payment on particular due date. So we have done. Where we are doing this? At in your system only. If you record into the system, then how the bank will release payments? Even they don't. Again, you have to open your net banking and you have to select your vendors and you have to write amount, whatever your against amount is there, then we'll make the payment. That is called manual. So here what we are doing, after payment voucher, before doing payment voucher, we have to create DMEe configurational. Whenever you have created configuration, automatically we get a flat file. Nothing but Notepad. At Notepad, we get one particular format. So what type of format will come? Basically, the banks are using payment to voucher formats are different. For example, in Asian countries, in Indian companies, will use like MT940, MT941, BAI1, BAI2. So like that, you have a different kind of scenarios. But here, this format is important. So what is this format? Simply, whenever you are creating a flat file, in the flat file, you need one particular format. I need first date. Then I need vendor account number, vendor account 2, bank account number, IFC code, what type of currency we are using, and what type of payment method it is, RTGS, IMPS, so and so, etc. Then after that, we need what is your outstanding amount and what is the due date and what is the clearing. So everything we need format. So always you think that if you go to bank, each and every bank is not going to maintain same format. Each and every bank having separate formats. So based on the format only you have to prepare DME. Whenever you have download, whenever you have created a flat file into the background, that flat file should match with MT940 format. So you are creating a flat file based on the format. After you have to download from SAP and you have to send against of your banker. So the banker will download that particular file. The file is going to upload into the MT940 format because the bankers having software according to the format. If they run that, automatically system will run. So this process is automatic. No need to do manual, no need to download. If you forward this, automatically the system will accept. Whenever you are doing payment voucher and whenever you are giving a approval with your PIN number, automatically the request will go to the bank and banker will give you approval because they have a automation. So automatically the fund will release. Due to any technical reason, something is wrong, we have to do manual follow-up and they will check that, they will select the particular transaction ID, they will run again. Then again the payment will release. Okay, whenever your payment is failed, within 30 minutes or within 15 minutes, every 15 minutes, the backend program will run. So due to that only, whenever you have a transaction issue, we used to say that wait for 30 minutes, server is down. What exactly they are doing? So this is called DME procedures. Okay, so here we are explaining in only FI point of view, but whenever you know the whole DMEE procedure, you can able to create one payment to app also. So DME anedi chala pedda chapter. It is included 60 topics. Okay, including program and banking and sector and everything. If you have these 60 topics knowledge, you can able to create one payment software. Okay, here I'm explaining only in FI point of view, only as a syllabus point of view, but DME is a very big concept. Okay, so before this process, we'll create a banking structure. Am I audible for online?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So before DME, we have to create bank and bank configurations and electronic bank reconciliation statements of customers and vendors both. Actually, we have a knowledge about vendors, but today we are going to discuss about customer. And whatever you are doing, manual payment procedure is different and banking sector is different. So do here. We'll do purchase. Then after we'll make payment. This is our practical account. From the intermediate, we have a knowledge. What you do whenever we are purchasing, we will write that purchase account debit to vendor account. Otherwise, whenever you are purchasing material, also then we will write that what comes in, what goes, like GRIR clearing account debit to vendor account. We will write this kind of scenario. Is a theoretical or practical? Sorry, is a accounting wise or inventory wise? And the next thing is we are doing payment. So the payment is nothing but vendor account debit to bank account. What comes in and what goes out. This is the procedure. But practically, when you comes to reality, in the second step, you are not going to make the payment. You are requesting payment to bank. You are not doing payment. For example, I'm giving cash against of my vendor. Then I will write that vendor account debit to cash account. Immediately I'm doing it. But practically, whenever I'm giving check, so it is not possible. What I'm doing there, outgoing payment again account debit to vendor account because I'm requesting to bank make payment against of vendor. The check, even electronic payment also. Electronic payment also, it will take minimum 24 hours, but due to technical reasons or due to bank process, it will take minimum 48 hours for any even electronic transaction also whenever you have a huge amount. For example, I'm having one current account. Every year, approximately, I will maintain in that current account approximately 20 to 30 lakhs. I do transactions. If I get any 50 lakhs check, any kind of adjustment, whatever in our personal things, whatever, whenever we have a 50 lakhs checks, they will clear within 1 day because every year my transactions are equals to minimum 25 to 35 lakhs. So how much I'm running now? 50 lakhs. Okay, it is like 30% or 40% is huge difference compared to so and so. For example, when I comes to my saving account, in the whole year, I'm not going to maintain 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs also. But if I get a check, they do verification, they will ask clearance, and you have to give approval, you have to submit your ID proof and etc. Is only electronic payment only. but it will take minimum 24 hours or 48 hours. Okay, so we feel that transactions will come very easy. Whenever you have a within the limit, it will come easy. Whenever you have exceed of the limit, they will take a lot of time to do verification. So because of the reason, whenever you go to reality in the live companies, they are not going to approval of incoming payments. Okay, they will prepare the software like that. Simple. Right now, my account is open for payments and receipts. For payment, I'm having one UPI PIN number, means one password. So I'm not going to share, it is my confidential. Whenever I want to pay someone, then I will enter my password, then I will make the payment. Means the outgoing payment is restricted. But anyone can send amount without me, without my knowledge. For example, she wants to send a certain amount, she can send directly without any my password. Automatically that entry will receive. So this is also problematic into the reality. Whenever you go to top companies, they are not going to receive any money from strangers. They need approval for the incoming payment. Okay, so basically we do only happy. So because of the reason we are not using. But in the banking sector, whatever you have the conditions of outgoing, the same scenarios will be applicable of incoming. The strangers are doing payment. That is very difficult. So some XYZ person is doing payment. It is more difficult of your career and your growth. So because of the reason for incoming payment also you have to need applicable. So that kind of configuration is totally technical part. You have to approach your bankers and you have to make your different tool. So what, for example, I'm using HDFC bank account and app. For example, Infosys company also using HDFC bank account. So their HDFC bank account app is totally different. They do own customizing. For example, we are using WhatsApp is okay. But whenever you go to celebrity or politicians, they use WhatsApp, but their application tool is totally different. So because the open source is problematic into the reality. Whenever you have created open source, there is no security. Okay, so come back here and check the screen. The first scenario, whenever you want to learn DME, first you have to learn about bank accounting. So already I have discussed about house bank, then again I'm not explaining. House bank is important. Checkbook maintenance. Checkbook is important. So already we have discussed in house bank class. Again, I am not discussing. FBZP procedure, that is called automatic payment procedure. Okay, ఇది మూడు already మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం. So now we'll go for EBS. EBS called electronic bank statement. So you can call the bank reconciliation statement. EBS, EBRS, both are same. Okay, the way of we'll call it with different. Okay, EBS, EBRS, both are same. You can call it as a bank reconciliation statement, electronic bank statement, both are same. So whenever you comes to electronic bank reconciliation statement, the standard methods we have a 3 types. Payment to vendor. Payment to vendor. So not only vendor, in the general expenses also will pay against of anyone. That is our process. And here for easy example, easy understanding purpose, I am giving vendor information. That's it. So the second one is incoming payment from customer. So direct deductions from bankers, any kind of charges or any kind of things, bankers will deduct a certain amount. So now today we will discuss about theoretical part, payment to vendor, otherwise payment to others with any reason. For example, I'm paying rent, I have to pay, I'm paying some charges, I'm paying some electricity bill, whatever, different kind of payment will be releases. So that all will comes under other only. So methods will be two types. Method will be like a transfer. You have to transfer from bank to bank. Otherwise, we'll give you a check. So at the time of vendor invoice, okay, means purchasing time. Here, whenever you are doing inventory point of view, so what is entry? GR, IR. Vendor. This is called purchasing time. We do purchase voucher in accounting point of view or else inventory point of view based on our situation. Then after, when we are posting purchase voucher, what we do? We'll submit a check against of vendor. I'm purchasing now. The payment date is after 10 days. Then what we do? We'll give you a check. Okay. So, and this check releasing T code. What is the transaction code for check releasing? FCH5. Check update. You are giving check against of some others. So when we issued a check against of vendor, so here your entry will be vendor account debit to outgoing payment to clearing account. So for easy understanding, I'm giving here is a liabilities account. So what we are doing here? Vendor account debit to outgoing payment clearing account. So here, just we are submitting entry. What is happen here? Look here. First entry చూడండి ఏమైంది? Purchase to vendor. ఇక్కడ vendor to outgoing payment. అంటే back end లో ఏమైంది? Purchase account debit to outgoing payment clearing account. Now this purchase is reflecting as a liability. Do you remember in the previous class I have mentioned that purchase is asset? Why we have mentioned? Most of the students will get doubt. Or purchase account expense లో రాసేసుకుంటాం కదా మనం. ఎందుకు purchase account asset లో రాస్తున్నాం? So whenever you are purchasing any service or material, that should be asset of your company. Against of that, you have to pay. That is called a liability. When you paid, it is called expenses. In end of the day, purchasing reference will close into expenditure only. But for example, I don't want to mean it. Just I'm trying to explain. Even you get a cross question. Why we have to write expenses? Why we have to write as an asset? For example, you have mentioned purchase account under expenses as per your idea, as per student point of view. So you are doing purchase. That purchase is already is expenses. You have to pay outstanding against of the vendor. Again, you are creating liability. Okay. So after that, you are doing payment. It is called expense. Then if you do that debit and credit both in expenses, and where that asset will reflect. So because of the reason, the asset account will be, sorry, purchase account will be asset. When you are receiving services or assets or inventory from your vendor, then vendor is the liability. So whenever you pay, the vendor will be make as a expenses. So what comes in? Asset comes in. What goes out? Your bank balance or cash balance is goes out. The entry is satisfied, and finally the entry will end into the expenditure in profit and loss statement only. So the vendor account, outgoing payment to clearing account. Now, and please try to write here back end. Purchase account to debit. The vendor is closed because his credit and debit is same, closed. Then purchase account to debit to outgoing payment to clearing account. Now this purchase is reflecting as a liability because you have purchased and released check. I mean updated check. And still the check is not cleared. It's not collected at bank. So after okay, your bank account, main bank is nothing but current account. Simple. So now look here. So now in previous entry, it is like purchase account to outgoing payment. Now it's outgoing payment account clearing to main bank. Whenever that outgoing is clear, then what is your final entry? Purchase account debit to main bank account. So in our schooling, we posted only two vouchers, what purchase and payment. But here you have another thing that is called when you are making check release. The check release also part of the procedure. So here we have another question. The another question is, sir, why we do the check releases? We'll do automatic electronic payment. Why we have to post this all? But if you write directly purchase account debited to vendor account and vendor account debited to bank account, also the entry is possible, but you need proof. Without outstanding, it is impossible to maintain your bank reconciliation statement. In end of the day, each and every transaction should match with your outstanding list. That outstandings may be receivable or payable, whatever, that is a different part we have to maintain. For example, right now, I'm not going to prepare any bank reconciliation statement for my personal usage because it is very small firm and we are recording accounts for only our identification purpose. And we'll end of the day, we'll submit our IT, but we don't have any partners and investors and our capitals. In end of the day, when we go to individual business organizations, they do very blind. When we have two partners, we will maintain each and every record with in-depth explanation. For example, we both are doing business and both are partners. Each and every transaction should need explanation. When I'm only capital, then no need. I will do payment. I need records, but I'm not going to explain each and every transaction. So the three ways is nothing but when you are purchasing, when you are releasing check, when you are doing issue check, when you are clearing, whenever you do this kind of format, it will be very easy to prepare the bank reconciliation statements. Without this second entry, if you do only purchase and if you make payment voucher, it will okay. But you don't know. And what is the reason you are doing? What is your outstanding list and how many transactions you are cleared? Otherwise, you have to go one to one vendor and you have to check. But whenever you go to reality, when you have a huge data, it is difficult to handle account to account. For example, whenever you have a 5 members and 10 members, is it okay? But whenever you have thousands of members, it is difficult to maintain separate account. In that situation, we will track our outgoing payment to debit and credit to statement, and we'll start our bank reconciliations to compare our outstanding procedures. Okay. Any questions about this? We'll go for second procedure. Incoming payment from customer. You can call the receipt voucher also. When we do, what is meant by billing document? Sales voucher. Method. Check. Direct deposit or check. Someone is giving check. It's fine. Or someone will deposit direct at the bank. For example, Rupesh Gada. Rupesh. For example, Rupesh is doing one transaction, direct deposit at my bank. Okay. Even I don't have any knowledge, I'm not going to record any entry. When I know based on my bank book statement, passbook statement, then I will record. I have to receive it so and so. Because I don't know what is outstanding, what is clearing. Because without knowing, without clear knowledge, some XYZ customer, Mr. Rupesh is transferred 10,000 rupees into my bank account. इसके लिए मैं कुछ outstanding maintain नहीं कर सकता हूँ because मेरे पास knowledge ही नहीं है. When I check my bank statement, then I will realize, then I will make it as an entry. Record entry डाल सकता हूँ. I have received 10,000 rupees from so and so. But whenever I have received a check from Ravi, Ravi is my customer, is giving 10,000 rupees check. Then what we do the process? Am I clear online?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The customer account is able to set it. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం చెక్ గురించి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటి అంటే the check incoming payment. It's a Telegram. So we are posting a check into the bank for the collection. On this scale, check in deposit chestam kada bank lo. Okay, collection kosam. Then basic check collection anta. Check collection is nothing but we'll go and place the check for clearance purpose. In that situation, we have to write incoming payment clearing. About debit to customer. And this account is liability or income? Asset? Asset account. Because you have to receive from your customer. So incoming payment clearing account debit to customer. So now look here. Whenever that customer account is satisfied, then your entry will be incoming payment clearing account debited to sales account. So simply incoming payment is asset and what goes out? Sales goes out. The value goes, the stock goes out and you have to receive as an incoming payment. So after 2 days or 3 days or after 24 hours, when we wait few minutes. What is our entry? Two. Incoming clearing account. ఇప్పుడు ఎంట్రీ ఏమవుతుంది చూడండి బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో ఇన్కమింగ్ పేమెంట్ టు సేల్స్ అకౌంట్. ఇప్పుడు ఏమైంది? Incoming and incoming is clear. Then what is happen? Main account debit to sales account. What comes in? Main account comes in. What goes out? Sales goes out. In end of the day, the entry will reflect into profit and loss statement into the revenue part. Okay, this is when you are doing transaction based on the check wise. For example, whenever you are doing direct to deposit, what will happen? We do sales. We don't know the money is collected. When you realized directly, we will write that bank account debit to customer account because simply what comes in and what goes out. We will write the entry procedure. So I will give you another example also. Or when we have received a This is entry. For example, example number 3. Annual charges, transaction limit access charges, insufficient balances. And sometimes they do different kind of charges without our knowledge. Okay, so what type of charges is nothing but దాని subsidy charges అంటారు. 8 o'clock బ్యాచ్ wait for 2 minutes. So లేదు కూర్చోండి పర్లేదు. So for example, if they need any, the bankers will charge with different kind of expenses. Even we don't know, automatically we get 3 rupees or 7 rupees will deduct from your account. Why they do? They will adjust their own balance sheet. For example, they are doing some loans against of different kind of industries. If they are not able to pay, they done is a IP. For example, they have to recover around 500 crores. So the 500 crores is liability of them. So they are the 500 crores divided by so and so person. So how many customers are there? For example, they are having approximately 10 crores customers in particular bank. The 500 crores again divided by 10 crores member. What is the payable amount? For example, 30 rupees for each person. So they are not going to deduct 30 rupees at the same time. They will deduct only 30 rupees of 10%, 3 rupees. So every month they will deduct 3 rupees. In end of the day, they will reach 500 crores. If they are charging around 2 rupees 70 paisa, 3 rupees or 1 rupee or 5 rupees, you are not going to ask, even you don't know what is happening. Okay, so Even we don't know. Even you just go to and ask bankers, they also don't know. But they will charge like 1 rupee 70 paisa, 1 rupees 80 paisa. Every month they will deduct certain amount. So whenever you go to reality as a consultant, you have to prepare each and every criteria of your end user, because end users will prepare bank statements. If they need anything, they will approach you. You only have to give all kind of judgments. So first of all, whatever in the previous classes, bank scenario is different and now bank scenario is different. And try to just go the flow, what is happen, what's happened into the payment point of view, receipt point of view, charges point of view. And tomorrow we'll go for practicals. Any questions about today's class?